Well, that was interesting. It's Drewski McGillicuddy's Flower Movie Review. I know, I never heard of it either. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and today, you ain't gonna believe what had happened. I come home from work. Sarah was finishing up watching some kind of murder courtroom thingy-dingy about some crazy lady that killed her boyfriend because he was gonna leave her, and then she was trying to get away with it, but they saw through her bullshit. And then after that was over, since it was on Hulu, I was just like, all right, well, let's look through the movies. And I come across this movie called Flower. And I'm like, could be interesting. And I watched the trailer. And the trailer was so good, I immediately pressed play. And this never happens. I never just come across the movie and just immediately decide on it. Usually it takes me longer to find a movie than it does to watch the movie. And that's why I haven't been making that many movie reviews lately. Plus, there's a couple of movies I watched and it was really hard for me to talk about. Like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. But now that I've watched Flower starring, I can't remember her name. I already forgot her name. I was going to write it down because she looks like a cross between Leah Thompson, the chick from the Insidious movies, and then somebody else. It was just, hold on, here she is. And it's just, this is what her name is probably. Maybe I'll have that pop up too so you know who I'm talking about. But look at her. She's fucking look at them fucking eyes, man. And I don't want to sound like some creepy old dude perving on some fucking who knows how old she is in real life. But in the movie, she plays this 17-year-old, okay? And before we get started, the movie also stars Tim from Tim and Eric, Awesome Show, Great Job, which I don't watch that show because that shit's just a little too dumb for me. But he's pretty good. In this movie, he plays like this dork who's probably been a dork his whole life, and finally he gets a decent-looking chick because she's been through so many people and nobody wants to put up with her fucking daughter. So she took the first guy that come along that'll put up with her and her daughter's shit, is basically what he plays in this movie. And then her mother is played by the chick that bangs Dale at Christmas time in Step Brothers. That's how I remember people's faces. I can't remember their names, but I can remember key scenes from movies that they've been in. Anyway, so this girl, we start off the movie, and I don't want to necessarily tell you beat for beat what happens, but I want to kind of just give you like an idea for what to expect, because this movie's fucked up. It's very realistic. The acting is like superb. It's superb acting. The dialogue.
Shaking down a child molester is our moral obligation. Nobody's going anywhere until we see this guy molest somebody.
I don't think he will. He's like a pro. That's what you get like a subterranean dungeon for.
What?
Yeah.
Totally.
Where were you last night?
With my friends.
Doing what?
A little bit up.
You get it?
No, I'm trying to find the right filter.
Buying tampons. Like, what's it to you?
Is terrific. Everything about like the cinematography, the directing, it's all words that are real big and make me sound smart, okay? That's what all the stuff in this movie is. But anyway, the movie starts out and there's this dude and he's like, oh yeah, oh that's nice, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then whatever her name is, I think her name's Christine or something like that in the movie, she sits up and she's like that, and the guy gives her $18, and she's like, hey man, this is only $18. And he's like, yeah, well, I'll get you next time. And then here come these people dressed up like the You're Next characters with their cell phones. They're filming the whole thing. Okay? So basically, this girl goes around, not necessarily luring, but like, she goes around to people she finds out are possible pedophiles, and then she gives them head, and then she blackmails them into cleaning out their bank account and giving her and her friends all the money because they're saving up for something. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, that's all beside the point. Turns out she has a phallic fetish, where she is kind of addicted, I guess, to penises. She gets this little notebook where she keeps track of how much money she got from each individual pervert, as well as a sketch of each individual pervert's penis that she drew. 'Cause she's a very talented artist. Very talented artist. But yeah, she has a sketchbook full of penises. Okay? That's where we're going with this movie. Are you following me, goddammit? Okay? So, she doesn't like her soon-to-be stepdad. And her mom have, like, one of these relationships because her dad has been locked up for some time because he held up a casino or something. I don't know. I wasn't listening. But, you know, her and her mom have that, like, we're best friends, you know, we're all we have kind of relationship. Like, you know, she cusses, you know, she's very, I guess her mom's aware of her penis fetish, stuff like that. Like, they're very open with one another. And she doesn't like Bob or whatever Tim from Tim and Eric's character's name is. Who gives a shit whose people's names is? Okay? Who gives a shit? But anyway, the stepdad, we'll call him. She doesn't like him. She doesn't want him in his room. She doesn't even like the fact that he's in her house, eating her food. But he's the only one that hasn't been scared off by this girl, because she's scared everyone else in her mother's life off. And now her mother finally found a good dude, and she's not going to let her ruin it. But, you know, I'm not going to get into super spoilers, but later on in the movie, she kind of ruins it a little bit. It's just kind of fucked up. It's real kind of fucked up. And I don't know necessarily how far I'm going to get into how fucked up this movie gets. But anyway, that's beside the point. She got a stepbrother she's about to meet. He gets out of rehab.
I have to go meet my future stepbrother.
He just got out of rehab. Try to be nice.
Is that him? He's hot.
Oh, I know. That's Shoddy. That's the sponsor.
So that's not Luke.
No, there's Luke.
Damn. Junkies are supposed to be skinny.
And she's thinking, oh, yeah, I don't even want. There's a scene in the trailer. Here you go. Yeah, I'll just show clips from the trailer, even though I kind of wanted y'all to go in blind, even though I'm kind of spilling the beans about everything in the movie. But this movie, this is one of those movies that Hollywood is incapable of making. Something, you know, that just circulates the indie scene, and it struck a fucking chord with me, goddammit. Like, I was immediately enthralled after the first 10 minutes. And then, like, there was certain emotions I was getting that were going against other certain emotions I had while I was watching the movie. But anyway, so she meets her stepbrother. He's very awkward. He's this fat, gingerly type fellow. He's got real blushy cheeks. Like, he's constantly blushing. Like blotchy. He's real blotchy. But anyway, so he's very socially awkward, and they're at dinner, and his dad's trying to tell him he's on a strict diet, and he's sitting there, and he doesn't want to eat carrots and broccoli. He wants a fucking cheeseburger, so he smashes this glass, and then he gets up and he runs off. And she goes out and she tries to, or well, her mother tells her to go out and comfort him. She's like, really? She's like, just fucking go comfort. Well, she doesn't do it, but just go comfort, you know, do something. And she goes. I don't want to get in any further than that, but yeah. But then he has another one of these social anxiety attacks later, and then supposedly Adam Scott, the other guy from Step Brothers, supposedly he may or may not have touched this child's private parts. So since he is now her family, she decides, well, you know what? Maybe I'll help you out, and I'll add him to the list. So she does a Chris Jericho, and this guy, you know.
Oh yeah, you're laughing? You know what? You know what's gonna happen? Oh, you know what's happening to you right now? Huh? You know what's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list!
But the funny thing is, because there's like this is another one of those movies that's not as complex as, say, Midsummer, but it's got layers to it, or the characters have layers. There's like so much character development, and like I said, the dialogue is tight. Like, it's got some of the most realistic dialogue I've heard in a movie in a long time. But anyway, so she hangs out at the bowling alley, and this guy is at the bowling alley, and like she already kind of, her and her friends kind of already ogled him, and then she finds out that he may or may not have touched her stepbrother inappropriately, and I still don't. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. Just shut up and listen, okay? Because what happens is she's gonna try to set him up. But before I spoil anything, I want to stop right there and say then shit just it gets all fucked up. It gets real fucked up, and I don't want to talk about anything else that happens because the trailer doesn't necessarily give anything away. It gives a little bit of stuff away.
What just happened?
We're vigilantes.
Cheers.
Are you okay?
No, I'm obviously not okay.
Where are you guys going?
To go buy some crack? You wanna throw it down?
It's okay. They're not buying drugs, Bob. Just let them hang
No, I get the joke.
About some stuff, but not necessarily, because then when the end actually happens, I'm sitting there like, I mean, I was kind of happy, but I was disgusted and upset, but happy. I don't know. This movie's fucked up, everybody. And this is one of those movies you don't get every day. So I cannot do anything other than tell you that the Internet Movie Database score can go fuck itself. That's my way of saying that this is complete bullshit. I don't know. I'm not gonna have real ratings anymore. It's like either go watch the fucking movie or don't. But this one, I cannot stress enough how badly I think everyone should go watch this if you're looking for a unique, original, refreshing story. You're not gonna find it in Hollywood. It's gonna be on the indie scene. So check this one out. And if you have, by chance, for some reason, seen this movie randomly like I have, make sure you leave a comment in the comments section. I've noticed a lot of you people, you watch the video, but you're not commenting. And then also, like the goddamn video, please. I can't stress that enough. It helps me out somehow. And then if you're not subscribed, I do movie reviews and rant videos. And I was going to talk about how The Little Mermaid can't be black because you can't get weaves wet. But I don't know if I want to go down that road. But if you think I should go down that road, you can also leave that in the comment section down below. I was discussing it with the patrons, but I'm still on the fence about it. Because I don't want to get pegged. You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't listen to me. Just click all those buttons I was telling you about, and make sure you watch this movie, and we will see you next time.